Hey everyone. It's Jemma Bayley. You're the one half of Feedback Era, your girl. I just wanted to let you know this is a very special episode. This time it's actually Jayde's birthday as of this release date. So, I'd like to say, Jayde, you're amazing. It's been a little over 2 years since I met you, and you've changed my life, and your comedy inspires me. I mean, I can't do it, but I find it very impressive. And I hope for more shenanigans in the future. And if everyone at Ground Control can do me a favor, can you send her a picture of a pig? Like, I don't know, to her Instagram or Facebook page. Just send her a picture of a pig, preferably, in clothing, doing people things, cause, I think she'd really enjoy that. Or, bacon. Send her pictures of bacon. Or breakfast food. Yeah, anyway, happy birthday, Jayde. And without further ado, here's the next episode of Feedback Era. Cameras.
Hey.
Hello. How are you?
Should we do formal hellos at the start of all our podcasts now?
I feel weird about introducing ourselves, but hello's okay, right?
I think hello is fine.
I did have someone go, and then it just ends. I hear this, and it ends, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, but you say goodbye, and I'm like, it's ended, so what's the...
I like the concept to be that we're always talking shit.
Yeah.
And that sound is just like when you don't get to listen to it anymore.
Yeah.
So after that sound, we continue.
And it's true.
And the next week is just the start of wherever we got up to.
Yeah, we've been talking shit that whole time. This is just the half an hour you're allowed to listen to.
Yeah.
It's accurate, though. That's exactly what Feedback Error is.
It basically, and if you look at our group chats and our messages, we do this the entire week.
Yeah.
I've been living in tracksuits. I've been online shopping a lot because it's freezing cold.
You're currently in a tracksuit.
I'm in a tracksuit.
I mistook you for being in long johns when I first walked in. Oh, and you know what? Didn't bat an eye. I went straight as long johns.
Feedback Error.
Feedback Error is sponsored by
Cameras. Picture that. There should be a service that comes in and directs sex at you.
Yeah.
And your partner.
Okay, interesting.
So for example, you and your partner are like, we want to have shower sex. And the things that people don't know about shower sex is that, one, hot water dehydrates you, so you actually need lube. And two, there's no handles in there for you to pull yourself up, and standing in a shower with someone sitting on you and stuff like that is really dangerous because it's slippery floors, right?
You know what you need? You need the little stickers they get for children. They're like little ducks that you stick at the bottom of the shower.
This is what the director would bring you, see. And the lining, they'd have a whole kit, they'd have a crew to help you have good sex.
There is a shower sex product that does suction footholds and handholds, but I don't know how much I would trust them.
Yeah, would you put your full weight on it?
You couldn't put your full weight on them, surely.
Because I've had a dildo in the shower, and the amount of times that's just off, I don't trust suction cups as much as I should.
It is maybe when you own a home one day and you can just glue stuff to the wall.
Yes, that's preferable.
You could get your custom bathroom built and just include some
People
dildos.
come in and why do you have a rock climbing wall as part of your shower? And it's aesthetic.
I kind of like the idea of a rock climbing wall that is all dildos too.
Small ones, thick ones, long ones.
Some of them are a little far apart, so you got to jump up and reach for them.
Are you getting in stretches?
It's called the rock hard wall.
I like it.
Some of them are deceptive and they're not actually hard, so you go to grab them and you just slip off.
Is that the challenge? Some of them come out of the wall. It's trick dildo. You gotta watch them. Watch your step. That's a trick dildo. Not actually stuck there. You had this theory a while back that you could open a safe. You really do.
I stand by it. I think I could crack a safe if I needed to.
Do you mean after you've been trained, or do you mean
No, I mean now. If someone put a lock safe in my house right now, I'm pretty sure I could crack that bad boy.
I really don't think you could. I think it is something you need to learn. It's like me going, if you give me a bobby pin, I reckon I could open a door.
I don't think I could do a safe that had a keypad. Any of the fancy safes I couldn't do, but one that's the clicky click. Yeah, the clicky clicks. I could crack that.
Do you think that just because it's tangible? Like, because it's not digital. It's like, what's the opposite of digital?
Analog.
Analog. An analog safe.
It's an analog safe. I've seen it done in a couple of movies, and I think I have that skill set now. It's the same reason I think I could drift a car to get away from police if I had to.
Oh, actually, I know exactly what you're feeling. Yeah. Because the amount of times I've seen a car chase, I'm like, obviously she should have done this.
Yeah. I watch movies and I think I have the skill set of the main character when it's over.
Yeah, like, oh, well, or I'm watching a horror movie and I'm like, just hotwire a car. Like, I reckon I could hotwire a car now.
You reckon you could hotwire a car?
I reckon... Okay, I take that back. I reckon if someone taught me once, I reckon I'd learn it and I'd be able to do it.
You need one run through.
I think one run through and I'd be able to hotwire a car. Just one model of car as well. I'm sure that the wires are in different places in different cars, and I'm just like, oh, well, I can hotwire a car. Only this specific car, so if I ever get in a situation, I hope there's a Holden nearby.
Yeah, that's unlocked, because we haven't covered unlocking, like getting into a locked car.
Yeah.
But if there's an unlocked 99 Holden there...
Yeah. All I know is I need a coat hanger. Is that what you need to unlock a car? A coat hanger?
Yeah, but if the car's got an alarm, I think it just sets the alarm off.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, every car's got an alarm now.
I know multiple guys that open their cars with coat hangers and hotwire them to start them. So I can organise a lesson if that's something you're interested in.
We should do that one time. You know what we should do? We should have like each feedback hour we should learn an applicable skill.
Yeah.
Like, or
what do we define as an applicable skill?
If
I feel like this isn't going to be like how to host a dinner party.
No. Why would we do that? I said applicable. When are we going to host a dinner party?
You're right. I had you and Nick over for dinner last week, and we sat on the floor and had pizza. And you know what? We had a great time.
It was a good time. We should learn how to build a table. That would have been more applicable at that time.
That would have been more applicable.
I do know someone who could teach us how to build a table.
Really?
Yes. And also, he's good at sex.
Hey, so, bonus.
Yeah. You know, he knows how to work wood and work wood. I gotta stop making jokes that are just the punchline repeated. You know what I mean?
You've done about 3 of those since you've walked in the door today.
You know what
You're on a roll.
Just lack of words. I don't have that word economy like you. I just don't pluck perfectly constructed sentences out of the air. I sit there and I say multiple words until they fit.
You're straight up double entendres. That's your deal.
Double entendre sounds like a magician's name.
It does.
Yeah.
The marvelous double entendre.
Here she comes. Double entendre. And then I just come onto stage with my sparkly tights and I'm like, I'm going to make all of you think twice. That's so stupid.
It would get mixed reviews.
They'll be like, there was no magic in this show.
It was described as why.
And also by another person as why. That would be such a good poster for my magician act.
I would love for you to be a magician. That would be great.
Oh yeah, we would have sex then.
Yeah.
Guaranteed that's only stopping me. Now, if I become a magician, I get Jayde.
Yeah, that's about all it takes.
Territory. This is, that's why magicians become magicians.
To get laid.
No, to get you. Just you.
Just me specifically.
There's a guy in, I don't know, Arizona, and he's seen a picture of you on the internet and heard the podcast.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jayde likes magicians? And he starts studying for years and, he finally gets really good. He starts touring. He becomes the next big, Chris Angel nonsense.
Yeah.
Finally gets to Brisbane, the actual place he wants to perform. For him, that's the bigs. And he's in the Visi Theatre of the Powerhouse. And he's like, wow, I really just hope Jayde turns up. And you turn up. And there you are in all your glory. And that's when he made it. That's the bigs. And you come up to him and you say, I love magicians. That was really cool. And he just goes, Jayde, and then you were like, come with me and just fulfill his ultimate destiny. And then that was, in all honesty, the real magic that night.
Wow. You've thought about that a lot.
I've met the guy.
What if I had a really disappointing blowjob after that?
You still would have loved it.
His whole career's a lie. Magicians who tell each other that magicians get groupies, they have one of my tweets about fucking magicians, and that just gets passed around like folklore to all the other magicians. They're like, see, girls are into this.
See, girls do like magic. You're the one who just started that whole thing. Oh yeah, you said something, and Nick's like, no, Jayde, you don't get to say that. You're a hot girl. That's not how it works.
Hot girls get lonely too.
You're intimidatingly hot. That's where you've made your choice. I'm approachable hot. I come across as, she's so sweet. I'm sure she's never had a dick like mine before.
If only they knew.
If only they knew. And then I got him. It's a trap. I'm a Venus flytrap. And you're one of those... I was going to say, you're one of those giant clams in the ocean that close up.
Don't call me a giant clam. What the fuck?
I was going to make an analogy about
I have a neat, cute little clam. I am not a giant clam.
I know you do. I know. That's not the visual. I was trying to make a connection between you having the glory of inside the clam. Like you have like a rough exterior, but you're all like gooey and warm and all. It's just, and then I said clam, and I was like, that's a bad thing to say. My intentions were good.
Okay. All right. What if I'm a cute little oyster with a pearl inside?
Yes, that's what I meant. Like there's value inside.
And instead you said giant clam.
Well, I called myself a Venus flytrap, and then that sort of shape of that.
You're right, yeah.
Made me go to clam.
This hasn't been good for either of our self-esteem.
I'm sorry. I just single-handedly took our self-esteem of the group down. So if anyone wants to hit on us anytime soon, this is your time.
This is the moment. Call in right now.
We're feeling
DM us.
really low. Anyone.
No, I have down moments, but I will admit I do okay overall.
You do well.
Yeah. I got a dick in the mail this week.
You're like, I do pretty well. I got a dick in the mail. Like, who's getting a dick? I get dick pics. You get a dick in the mail.
Yeah. I got a flower a couple of weeks ago. I got like a nice rose delivered.
I know.
And then I got a dick in the mail, and it is my favorite long pink thing I've been sent.
Have seen that dick?
It's good, right?
It's a good dick.
It's impressive.
You know what? You're not sending a dick to someone if your dick isn't good, though. You know, like he had the confidence. If a guy has confidence to send you a dick,
that is a
good
confident
sign.
dick. Yeah. So I guess the context is that like it's a long distance kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think this is the future of dating, is what I think. I think it's like a try before you buy kind of stress-free trial.
Ooh. Or you can return it and get your money back.
I think it's the better version of dick pics. And the way I see it, it's like the difference between, you know, when you get an ultrasound. And you can get the old-fashioned ultrasound that's just like a picture on the screen. It's all grainy, and they send it to you, and you know, you kind of get an idea, but
you get a 3D ultrasound.
You know that's
now.
a baby, but you have no more information than that. Yeah. But you can get the 3D ultrasounds that you can like touch and you can feel, and you get a better idea.
It's an immersive experience.
You're going to be a little more excited for that baby.
I'm looking forward to this future that you speak of. I'm going to open a PO box just for dicks. It's just for my dildos.
It's like a sample dick. It's like you get kind of a version of what you're going to get, but then in real life, when you pay the money, that's a bad example. I'm not paying any money.
No.
You get like an even bigger, better version.
Yes. That's the key, I think, is if you're sending a dick to someone, guys, listen. If you're sending a dick to someone,
in this very common scenario where you're making a clone of your dick,
yes, that you're obviously going to be in Monday. Remember Gemma's words and my voice, and try and stop getting hard. I know when people hear my voice, they usually get hard, but listen to my voice and try and get a little less hard when you are cloning your dick, so that when you do inevitably meet that girl, they are also like, oh, it's bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, like you don't want to go in with your best offer.
Yes.
You want to go in at like a decent offer that's still going to be impressive, but you got a little more to give.
Yeah, I like that. You know what's good about having a dildo sent to you, or a clone of a guy's dick,
Yeah.
versus the picture, is guys can get things in the picture that make their cock look massive.
Yes.
Yes, like if they're a
It's deceptive dick.
it's deceptive dick. Like when they get one of those travel sized deodorant cans, or like the small Coke cans.
Yeah. Or like they purposely don't wrap their whole hand around it. They do it kind of
Like that, like there's more at the back.
Yeah.
Those bastards. Who hasn't been
we
deceived?
know all these tricks.
We know these tricks. We do it with our boobs, you idiot.
It's an interesting choice to keep audio records of all the things that will ruin our careers. Well, not only are we saying these things into microphones, we're keeping them
We're
on
actively keeping them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's strange? There's some sort of weird there's actually a weird amount of strength in that. It's almost you know how Kim Kardashian released her own sex tape?
Yeah.
It's almost like that for us. Like if we release it, then is it really controversial because we've taken the power out of someone else, like saying, "Oh, did you hear what Jim and Jayde say?" And it's more of us going, "Okay, listen to the terrible thing we said."
Okay, so you're saying
We know
if
it's terrible. That's why we're releasing it.
we should torpedo our own careers
Yes.
so that nobody else can ruin our careers.
Take the power out, baby.
We'll never work again, but it was because of us.
We did it. This is going to sound, I don't know if I've told you this before, but a male orgasm being shown on your screen has a PG-13 rating.
Okay.
A woman's orgasm has an M15 rating.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's like there is almost no representation of girls getting head on TV.
Yeah, that's, I can
A
guarantee
lot of
that's,
guys getting head.
yeah, not girls. I think there is a rating that correlates to women getting head as well. It's
Yeah.
seen as more sexual,
Which is insane.
which is not fair because for once I would like to see jokes about girls getting head. That isn't in an American Pie, you know?
Yeah. And even when it is shown, like you even rarely see, it's always like a tight shot on the girl's face still.
Yes. No, not him. You see him go out a screen,
Yeah.
so you know that's what's happening, but you never see him there in between the
Yeah.
legs or on his knees or lying on the bed or anything. It's just her face.
Which is very unfair.
And it's always highly like erotic. And it's usually in a movie that is about that.
Yeah, and if there is a decent representation of a girl getting head on a show, it becomes a thing. Like there's articles about it and they're like,
Yeah.
should we be showing more of this? And I'm like, yeah, just like you
Yes,
don't need to
please.
talk about it as much. Just put it in the movies.
Just don't worry about it and put it in and change
Yeah.
the ratings and make more funny versions of women getting head as
Yes.
well, because that's really underplayed.
yeah.
Because that's because the amount of times where, like in American Pie, they have a guy getting, like, being what was it? He gets peanut butter in his dick and his dog's licking his dick and he's getting excited and he comes, doesn't he? And that's the joke.
Yeah.
That's the joke. And there's no female equivalent of that ever, I don't
You're
think.
right. I have like 3 jokes that I make when I'm getting head and they are not well received. But
That's because you're making jokes while you're getting head.
but there is opportunity for it to be funny. I just haven't slept with the right guy yet.
Jay, you're not meant to make jokes while you're having sex. That's not the time.
I can't help when genius happens.
It's not your audience. Inspiration strikes.
This is why I don't do well. I do well right up until the actual having of sex, and the guys are like, this is not worth it.
This is not what I was expecting. That's funny.
I warn guys now. I'm like, hey, I'm going to make some jokes. You're just going to have to ignore it.
And they think, oh, she won't. That's a joke. Like, that's the jokes you make before. So I came up with this segment because I thought, with COVID, everyone's exercising. And we should exercise on the podcast as well. And so we're going to do a spin class. And the spin class of Feedback Error is actually, you say something terrible and I spin it into something good because of my classic optimism that is ill-founded.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We've kind of, like, this has been kind of a sex-positive dating pod
Yes.
today.
Yes.
So I think we should stick with that theme and say, short guys are not worthy of having sex with women who are taller than them.
Well, okay. Well, this is where, you know what's good about a short guy? Having sex with a tall girl is when you're 69, you don't have to stretch out to get to that dick. It's very much in front of you, and your vagina is very much covering his face. So you're fine. You're at the very most, your back might hurt a little from the bend.
Yeah, you got to arch,
but you're fine.
But like in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and if you are, if you're a girl who's actually into feminine guys, he can wear heels, and you're both fine when you go out. So just girls and short guys can work well in very specific situations. So
this reminds me of something that happened to me with a short guy.
What?
And I've just realised I've like dated enough short guys that they won't know if this was them or not.
Do you have a type that's unlike knowingly your type?
Multiple, yeah.
So you were having sex
not
with
so much
a short
a type
guy?
as like an unfortunate coincidence. I was having sex with a short guy and he was behind me. And he finished and he kissed my back and I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Oh.
And then I realised that's just how far he could reach.
He couldn't reach to
He
your
couldn't
cheek.
like reach
Even to the
my
back of
neck or my head.
I know this. Did you 69 a lot?
No.
Oh, missed opportunity, Jade.
I'll go try it again. I'll let you know.
Yeah. It's the positive spin on that whole scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. And I have a feeling that even if any of the people I've ever spoken about listened to the podcast and heard me talking about them, they would be like, yeah. She would.
Yeah, I think you've got to expect a certain amount of talk on the podcast.
Well, I took my top off on stage once. There's not really much I won't do.
Yeah, that's true.
What's great is in those pictures I look like I am not wearing a bra because the light is shining so bright. So I look
They're very
extra
good photos.
confident. They are good photos.
Yeah.
I'm not like, what I like about them is I don't look hot. Like I don't look crazy sexy. I look confident and cool.
And topless. You're just stealing Nick Carr's act, really.
That's actually the joke I'm pretty sure that was the joke I made because Nick Carr came on and took his top off. And my joke was that
I'd act surprised, but like he does that at almost every show.
Yeah. I heard on a podcast recently that that's just him trying to get away from writing.
Yeah. Check out Car Crash.
Check out Car Crash. Call out the Car Crash. Essentially, I'm looking. This is, what's funny about Car Crash? It's very sad sometimes. Sad because Nick has started this.
I like
at a
how
time,
you just said sad. Say that
sad.
again.
Oh, I got that off someone else. That Nick Carr has started this podcast of him trying to improve himself at a time where he can't actively go out and try it.
This is very true.
You know what I mean?
I hadn't thought about that.
They kind of, all it is right now is them picking on him and not like giving him praise for trying something new because he can't go out and do it. So that's what's annoying me right now.
It's good that it's sponsored by a beer brand because I would need to drink after hearing people just
talk like that about me.
Yeah.
He is the bravest man in comedy, that boy.
Yes.
And you know what? Because he's so brave, he will probably become the funniest man alive. This is the start. I feel like there's a little part of me that's like, I'm witnessing like the birth of like, he's like Phoenix. He's like, he's being burnt down, but he will really.
I would love if I found out that one of my favorite comedians who's doing like theaters and stuff had a podcast from 10 years ago where their friends were like,
just
dude, you got to stop getting naked on stage.
That would be great.
Yeah. Can you imagine if all friendships there was like a time when you got to hear all the bad things that they've ever said about you?
Oh,
that would,
and you get to decide if the friendship
or
continues.
Family?
Oh, family would be
this
pretty
would be a good
brutal.
TV show. If you have like best friends on and they go on a TV show and
there's
they
a
like
secret they've kept from each other.
Yeah, and they listen to a bunch of just random shit they've said behind each other's back. And it wouldn't be anything devastating. It'd just be like
Just things.
she really thinks those jeans look great.
Yeah, just little things. Or
if you piled enough on, see if your friendship would
starts
remain.
up really low.
Yeah.
And then goes really, really high.
Yeah.
Like, the top one is she should have married her ex-husband. I knew that he was cheating that whole time they were together. Like,
that would be a good one.
brutal shit at the very, very top. To the really bottom where it's just petty shit. Like, she talked to me for half an hour and I was tired and I really didn't.
Man, she calls a lot.
Yeah, she just calls a lot. I'm sick of it.
I'd think it would be fun to be on reality TV.
I think you would be cast. You know how the production company kind of casts reality people into categories?
Yeah.
And they cut you in a certain way?
Yeah.
I think you'd be cut as a good person. Like, I don't think you'd be cut as
I would be furious.
I really don't think they could cut you as a
that
rival.
would mean they wouldn't have used any of the good jokes that I made.
No, I think what they would do is they'd cut you to be, you know when ever they have My Kitchen Rules and there's a sassy like person and they say bad shit but ultimately they cut to be lovable?
Yeah.
I think you'd be that character.
See, I think I'd be fine with reality TV because I would be expecting the villain cut. So,
think?
there's no real way they could do anything that would disappoint me.
So anything up from that is like,
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, that's weird. They made me look really nice and friendly.
I think I'd get villain cut. I think it's the same reason actually you think you'd be villain cut because I have so many, when I joke, I have funny bad jokes. And they're the best ones. And they kind of like counteract the sweet shit I say. So
yeah.
It'd be easier to cut us as villains.
It would depend on what you were wearing, I think. Because it would
You
be
sexist piece of shit.
I think it would be hard to cut you as a villain while you're dressed like a cupcake.
Well, that's the key. I'll just wear all my like
if you
super
dress
frilly
like
shit.
casual, yeah, I can see you being cut as a villain. But
Yeah, but if I'm dressed like a super sweet looking, weird, like
being super optimistic that day, they'd be like, I couldn't cut this evil if I tried.
they're kind of like, we're trying to tone down the sugariness of this, but she's
You might get the crazy cut.
Oh, I would love the crazy cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get that on Married at First Sight whenever someone...
There's always someone who seems insane.
Yeah, I think I would get the crazy cut. Like, she's a little bit mental and she's got like a... she's super... Oh, what would be the trait that they would cut to make me crazy? Delusional.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd get the she thinks she's all that cut.
Like a wide-eyed innocent sort of cut, maybe.
I was going more... she thinks she's amazing, but clearly she's not.
Yeah.
Like the delusional as in she thinks she's really good and then they cut me with a bunch of weird shit that I did.
Like if you're on MasterChef or something, you'd be bragging about your cooking and then they'd show you fucking up like 4 things in a row.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I think I'd get. Yeah, I'm happy with that though. Because that's also a little bit like, can you remember Jemma was on that show? She's really fucking bad at it, but she thought she was doing well. And then I'd be like, behind the scenes, I might have done pretty well, and I'm sitting here going, well, they just showed all the bad bits.
I think the only way they could cut me that I would be unhappy about would be if they made me look like I was really serious about anything.
Oh, that would be
because I know I'm not.
Yeah, what if they cut out all the laughs that you do after you say something terrible?
Yeah.
Yeah, what if they cut you to make you sound like you actually meant the shit you said? That would be bad. I would be so racist. I would be so racist and sexist. Yeah. They'd be like, this is the worst person in the world. And it's
I would be really upset that they'd be like, we've listened to your podcast. You actually put this out into the world. So
it's accurate.
We've recorded for how long have we done today? We've done an hour, and I reckon at least half an hour of that is Patreon.
Anyway, yeah. I know. You know what? I knew spin class was going to turn into something terrible. I knew it.
Do you think it was when you said, hey, what if you say something terrible?
And I try and make it good.
And now you're like, oh, that backfired.
Why did that backfire? The premise of it is the backfire.
I feel like we do a lot of first or last segments on the show.
Okay. We're not going to say goodbye.
No. Why start now?
Good point.